Go ahead, Alex. All right, come on, Anita. Come on, Mama D. What happened?
They almost gave out on me.
Oh, wow.
I had to stop.
Okay. Y'all get ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay, gotta get on the road.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Yes, girl. Yeah. Come this ready to come on good occasions.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is good.
Yes. This is Marlene and Rhonda. And
very nice.
Good, yes. All right, so. Yeah. Oh, there goes Donna. Wait.
There goes Donna.
What's up, Donna?
Huh?
I said I wouldn't get up there.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all right, man. It's good to see you, though. Where's you at your house?
Yeah, the house. Yeah, Mama's house.
Oh, you're at Mama's house. Oh, why is Donovan down there?
Because he's at the house too.
Oh, okay.
We drove down there first and then Philip drove up there.
Okay. Where Tony at? Where Tony?
No, the weekend.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
How long it take y'all to get here?
We left
About 3.5 hours?
Yeah, because we left about 10, 15, but they have me stopping every 5 minutes. Going to the restroom.
Okay.
So I said, yeah, it's probably about 3.5 hours.
Okay.
Hopefully get back home by 10.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, baby. Get up there.
What's in the go? Same as oxygen running low. Okay. Well, I'm just so glad y'all was able to make it.
Yes, indeedy.
Yeah. What time is it? What time is it? Huh?
6:37.
Okay. All righty. All right, y'all be good. Thank you for coming. Malachi.
I love you too.
Love you, girl. I'm like y'all take time.
Me too.
Yes. So,
Because I can always get left out.
all right. Doing it. Go ahead. That's how y'all got all them steps. You had the leaderboard the other day. Oh, yes. Check it out. Add your steps up. Oh, I don't. Go ahead, Alex. You cover, come on, honey. All right, honey. Yes, sir. Y'all be good. All right. All right, baby girl. Love y'all. Thanks for coming. What you doing, sir? What you doing? Okay. Did you get a family picture with him and his brothers and sisters? They just left, I think.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. All of them together?
All three of them, yeah.
Okay. Like dear. Thank y'all so much.
That's not right. Everybody got stuff to do.
We'll try to call it, college.
For your daughter?
Light state.
Oh, that's what she gonna go?
Well, we're still looking.
Okay.
One of the
Yeah. Awesome. Got your ice cream, honey. She put ice cream on the table. You dancing? You coming to dance?
I've been a wobbled and failed.
I know.
I just say that Ramon got to use the bathroom. So
Okay, okay,
I'm
okay.
glad I came.
Yeah,
And I'm going to have
thank you.
something for your husband when I get my check next week.
All right.
So what I do is put your cash app.
Okay. Love you, girl.
Thank you.
We here at church in the morning. All right, I'll see you in the morning. Right here.
Thank you for
We
inviting
didn't
me.
make it on Wednesday for Bible study. What is she talking about Wednesday? Are you making it? Okay. That's just to my first birthday then. And long. Okay. By the time I remember, it's like 8 o'clock. I'm like,
Every time I think about it, it's over with.
it's over with. All right, love. See you in the morning. Love you, honey. Oh, y'all like that one, don't y'all? Selena. I guess after this song, Daddy want me to say something. Like everybody was making a comment, so I can say I can have a few words since I went on the video. Since I went on the video. Wow. All right. Way to get them steps in. Way to get them steps in. I said, way to get them steps in.
All right. We're going to take a break from the dancing section because apparently my mother has something she would like to say to her husband.
All right.
Mama.
Okay. You got this?
Daddy. You need your attention because your wife wants to say something to you.
No.
Come on, Mommy.
All right.
Say your spiel.
Sales spiel. Wow.
Yes.
Can we get the light
Hey,
back on?
everybody. I should have got up earlier, but I was just like, okay, we'll just wait and see. But
Kai.
what do you do when you know that you're answer your prayer for someone? This is our 38th year of being together. Next week will be 36 married. And the night that we met, God set everything up. I know. God is awesome. And I don't know how many people know the story of the night we met. But I was at my dorm, 1983, and I said, going off to college, I'm gonna be a good girl. I ain't gonna, do all the stuff that they always say people do when they get to school. So that particular, it was like the second week of school, and they had the first fraternity dance, and I didn't even know what a fraternity was. Okay, so my roommate asked me to go to the frat dance, and I'm like, no, I'm not going nowhere. And so I said, you ready for bed? So about a half an hour or so later, another upperclassman came and knocked on the door, and she said, I want you to go with me across campus. And I'm like, for what? She said, just come and go with me. So I reluctantly got up, put some clothes on, and we walked all the way across campus. Didn't know where I was going, nothing. So I get there, and I'm like, well, what is this? We were at the Phi Beta Sigma fraternity house, okay? So I walk in, and I'm looking around, and this is what the frat people do. They up and dancing or whatever. So I went and sat down on the couch. And as I sat down, it was like something, I know it was the Holy Spirit pushed me, because he was standing in the doorway. And he caught my eye, and it was like the Holy Spirit just pushed me, and I walked over to him, and I said, do you want to dance? And this was so out of character, because I didn't dance, I didn't do nothing. So he said, okay, so we started dancing, and he looked at me, he said, I said, do you always dance with your eyes closed? And he said, no. I said, well, I'm looking at you, your eyes is closed. So it was like the veil of the Lord was just all around us, And so my roommate was there, and she looked at me, and she was so mad, because I had told her that I want to go, but I ended up going, And so we stood there, and we danced, an hour went by, and as you began to look around, people were leaving. And I'm like, The girl that I came with had left, my roommate had left, and I'm like, how do I get back across campus? He said, I'll walk you back. And I'm like, because I didn't know he was really from Adam, you know. And so his roommate, or one of the guys from the dorm was there, and he tried to start talking to me, and Ron was like, no, I got this, you know, you just gone. So the friend followed me and Ron back to my dorm. I get back to the dorm, I said, well, we could order pizza. And so I went in to order pizza, and his friend walked in behind me and picked up the cover on my roommate's bed. She jumped up, she was so bad. She's like, I can't believe you back here with somebody, da 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 da. And so I'm like, I'm sorry, we're just gonna order pizza and, you know, just hang out in the hallway. So we ordered pizza, came back, and she said, ain't nobody gonna believe this. Ain't nobody gonna believe Marlene came back with a guy. And I'm like, I don't believe I came back with a guy. You know. And so she said, well, let me get my camera, I'm gonna take a picture. She took a picture of that night, and we still have that picture to the day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it made the list over there.
No.
Not the full picture.
Okay. But anyway, but back up. Before he came into the doorway, he had sat on the steps, and he said he had just prayed and asked God to send him somebody. And right after he prayed, he stood up, and that's when I saw him. And that's when I felt the push, the nudge, to go ask him to dance. And so from that night until this night, we've been together ever since. I can honestly say, after 38 years, we've never had an argument. We've never went to bed mad at each other.
Yep.
He always said, even when the kids were born, he said, there will be nobody that will come between us. So even when we raised our children, they weren't allowed to walk between us. They weren't allowed to get in the bed and sleep with us. You know what I'm saying? He valued marriage as such a high honor. And we've told people, you know, when they're bringing up their children, don't let nobody come between you and your spouse. Because they're going to get old and they're going to get grown and they're going to leave, but you're still going to be there with your spouse.
Mm-hmm.
So you make the best of what you have and what you know God has given you. And I thank God for that because, like I said, 38 years to love the same man, it's been awesome. I've never loved another man other than him. He's been my first and my only true love. So honey, after 38 years, 4 children, and 2 grands and 1 on the way, I wouldn't trade these last 38 years with you for nothing in the world. I love you, baby. That's it, y'all.
All right. So with all of that being said, we're just going to continue with dancing and any fellowship that you guys may want to continue with. We have the room until 8 o'clock. Oh, well, my dad does want to say a few words before we get back to the festivities.
I got it.
Hello, everybody. This was obviously the biggest surprise of my life. I've never had anybody go to the lengths to honor me in such a way. And I'm just kind of overwhelmed at the presence of everybody who's here. You know, people I've known for years, people I admire. Everyone is here. Or I have talked to them on the phone by duo. And I'm just kind of overwhelmed. I'm not usually the kind of person who needs accolades. I don't need this. But when you get it, it's such a warming feeling. And it's such a joy. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who came, who spoke, or just being in the room. I thank my kids most of all, because, you know, as a parent, you want to teach and you want them to grow up a certain way. You want them to do all those things. But sometimes it's really hard to tell whether it all kind of sunk in. But to hear them voice it in front of other people and point to you as the source and the reason why they are what they are is an honor unbelievable. And I thank them for caring. I thank them for putting this together. And I just want to just thank everybody and just enjoy yourselves, enjoy the music. Your presence has just been overwhelming and a joy to me. I feel so honored. And I spoke to Pastor, and I'm so glad she was here. I saw her face, and my heart it really burst. And just her presence and knowing, because she easily could have been elsewhere. And as a matter of fact, I thought she already was. But every face I see is a joy in its own individual way, and I really appreciate you being here, and I love you all. Thank you.
Love you too, Daddy.
All right, thank you guys. We'll go back to music.
Play to me.
Yeah, they have.